So we have already described the setting, and yesterday you described Omar. Today we're describing a character. Now you may think, oh, we're going to be describing Omar, and that's where you're wrong. We are going to be describing one of the machines that was found in our barn. And the machine that we're going to describe today is this tractor here. Okay? So a bit like Farrelly's yard, our machine is coming to life. In your character description and detail, you're going to create a character that comes to life. Maybe it'll be the same one you created in art yesterday. It might be different depending on your setting, so you're going to have to really think about your imagination then. So, Miss Bailey, shall we start?
Let's. So, what should we start with? I think we need a sentence opener.
Oh, I like ly sentence openers.
Also an adverb. So let's start with suddenly.
Oh, yeah.
What do we need?
Capital letter, okay? Not joining it up with our lowercase letters.
That's important. I've reminded a lot of my children in their feedback this week not to join capital letters.
Suddenly, oh, we need a bit of punctuation there, don't we?
Ooh, comma.
Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, let's talk back to the weather. And we said there was lightning, so that's going to illuminate the inside of the barn so that Omar, our character, can see this other character that's a machine.
Good idea.
Yeah, so a flash of lightning.
Oh, when I think of lightning, I don't just think flash, I think bolt.
Ooh.
A bolt of lightning.
Like that. A bolt of lightning. Do you like the word illuminate?
Oh, I love it. It's better than just lights up.
Yeah, illuminated we're going to need because we're writing in past tense. Illuminated. How did we describe the barn the other day?
Wasn't it pitch black? Not just black. Pitch black. Show how dark it actually was.
Let's go with that again then. And we don't have to think again, do we?
Oh, have you finished your sentence?
I think so. So I must remember to use my full stop clearly there.
So, suddenly, a bolt of lightning illuminated the pitch black barn. Oh, so that flash of light, I've got a real picture in my head. Do you?
So, Omar must be able to see something now. If he can see light, okay, maybe he's getting a funny feeling in this environment.
It is a story of fear that we're working on.
Maybe.
So we do want him to feel a bit scared.
Maybe he could feel someone watching him.
Oh, because we are going to be talking about this tractor coming to life. So, oh yeah, I think something's watching him.
Omar felt like something, like he was being watched perhaps.
Oh yeah, and I like how you've started with a capital letter for your new sentence. But Omar's his name, so it's a proper noun, so that needs a capital letter too.
And full stop at the end of my sentence. Omar felt like he was being watched. That builds that suspense, doesn't it?
And at the moment, you as a reader don't know what is watching him. We know, and you know, that actually it's probably going to be the tractor. But if it's a fresh story for someone else reading it, maybe your parents, they probably won't know.
I think Omar's nervous.
Oh, I think I'd be nervous. I think I'd be scared, petrified. Oh, I don't know how I'd act if I was scared and
I
petrified.
wouldn't move quickly, I'd move slowly.
Just in case there's something there. Just testing the waters a little bit.
Cautiously as well. Maybe I could put both of those adverbs together, slowly and cautiously.
Or we know that adverb has got an ly end.
So maybe slowly and cautiously. As my sentence opener.
Also, what do you need after that?
Or a comma. Oh, cross my T properly. So slowly and cautiously, what might Omar do now to see what's going on?
Well, he's going to look around because obviously if he feels like he's being watched, he needs to find out where the threat is.
So maybe he'd turn around perhaps. So rather than repeating Omar, I could say he and use a pronoun.
Yeah, I think so. Otherwise it gets a bit repetitive and boring for the reader.
So slowly and cautiously.
tractor, now we think he's being watched, so I kind of envision in my head that the eyes of the tractor would be like the headlights.
That's a good
So,
idea. Maybe they'd be surrounded in metal, so we could use chrome.
oh, good, yeah.
One of our words from this week. So, and froze, and 2 eyes.
Yeah, we've got 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Tractors have got 2 headlights. That makes sense to me.
So 2 chrome surrounded.
Chrome, yeah, because it's not that they're not all lights are made of chrome, because otherwise it would make it, they need to have the light coming through them, so it'd just be the edge of the light would be chrome, not the whole thing. So surrounded encompasses that.
Or have they glinted?
Oh.
Another word.
We have learnt that word, glinted, because that kind of catches the light, catches the lightning bolt that's struck, it would catch the lights there.
So that as 2 chrome surrounded eyes glinted in his direction.
I think so, because that kind of gives the image that the tractor's focusing on Omar, and it makes the reader aware that the tractor could be something quite scary.
I put my full stop at the end as well because I think we finished that sentence. We don't want a sentence that's too long.
No, otherwise it gets too long and then you end up reading it really, really, really fast. So, can we check that it makes sense so far?
Yeah, of course.
Suddenly, a bolt of lightning illuminated the pitch black barn. Omar felt like he was being watched. Slowly and cautiously, he turned around and froze as 2 chrome-surrounded eyes glinted in his direction. Oh, I'm scared for him. Are you?
I'm feeling nervous for Omar. I don't know what this tractor's going to do. Is it going to come to life a bit more?
Yeah, now we know that normal tractors aren't scary. We see them on the roads all the time. So it could be a good idea to compare this tractor to like a normal tractor that isn't a threat, that isn't dangerous. So maybe we could do a comparison.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything like Omar's ever seen before. So, unlike tractors Omar's seen before.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to start a sentence.
Unlike tractors, Omar, capital letter, Omar has seen before. Comma.
Now it's big, but I really, and my class knows, don't like the word big.
I
There's
don't.
so many better words, so many better adjectives than big. So think of synonyms for big. What can you think of?
Massive, gigantic,
Colossal.
enormous. Oh, there's a lot to choose from. I might go giant on this
Okay.
occasion. Giant.
I've got a word that I think will fit really well here from our list that we've learnt this week. I thought about it being quite speckled because it's been in a shed for a long time, so it won't be pristine like a brand new tractor. I think it'd be quite speckled, maybe because of the rust, maybe because some of the paintwork's fallen off. I just have that image in my head that it's not going to be a shiny, brand new red tractor. That's quite scary.
No, it's not. And I realised by rereading my sentence, I've missed out a word here. Unlike tractors Omar has seen before, I need to add in here, after my comma, the.
Oh, you missed your determiner.
I did miss my determiner. So the giant, speckled, and I'm talking about a tractor.
I think we should use personification here. We've learnt about that this week. We've learnt about making things have people-like qualities, animal-like qualities. Now, I think, usually when I have driven a tractor where it jumps, tractors do jump, okay? But it almost feels like it jumps. I think jumps would be a good word.
Yeah. Jumped.
Oh,
I'm
it's
going
past
into the
tense,
past tense.
isn't it?
So jumped. I can see that jumping forward as a vehicle. And it's going towards Omar.
It is, because that again makes it scary. Gives that fear to the reader.
His space is limited now.
He might be getting pushed up against a wall. He might be trapped in a corner.
Right back, definitely. So that tractor's going to jump. Oh, is it going to jump towards Omar or has jumped towards Omar? And then, what's it got on the front of tractors?
So almost like a car with a grill. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
His
metal.
eyes. So it's like his mouth.
metallic.
Oh, yeah, we learned that word as well.
Mm.
alliteration, isn't it alliteration?
It is indeed. And it's metallic. Make sure we're spelling these words correctly. They are on your never heard before grids.
Alright, let's have a read through, check it makes sense, check it flows, does it do what we want it to do to still put some fear into the reader? So, suddenly a bolt of lightning illuminated the pitch black barn. Omar felt like he was being watched. Slowly and cautiously he turned around and froze as two chrome-surrounded eyes glinted in his direction. Unlike tractors Omar had seen before, the giant speckled tractor jumped towards Omar and its metallic grille growled. I think you've made a mistake, Miss
I
Bailey.
have made a mistake. And listening to you read that, I need to change this word to past tense as well. I'm going to change that to had seen.
So we all made mistakes, and actually, we wouldn't have spotted that unless we kept proofreading it.
Definitely, reading it out loud is the best way to spot our mistakes and check whether something makes sense. So, the next bit. Ooh. I think we need to go with, it's quite deadly, isn't it, this, and quite scary, don't you?
Yeah.
And I think maybe it doesn't show mercy to anything.
Okay. How are we going to show that?
What would it be doing as it goes over things? I think,
Compressing.
oh, that's one of our words as well. So it compresses something. So compress would be past tense. So it appeared deadly, I reckon.
That's scary because actually that's a threat to Omar's life. If we're saying something appears deadly, it's quite worrying. Think about a deadly spider, you wouldn't want to go near that.
So I want to maybe, it appeared deadly. Deadly as in, I think I'm going to have to talk about it a bit more.
I think first word, last word here,
Yes.
so you're repeating it.
So it appeared deadly, comma, deadly. I think so. So deadly as in, it showed, or deadly because, maybe I could use a conjunction.
Oh, we learnt about that in spag earlier, didn't we?
Deadly because it showed no mercy.
Ooh. It doesn't let anything off. It's not going to see Omar, a little boy, and go, actually, I'm going to leave you alone. It wouldn't leave him alone. It's showing no mercy. It's not going to let any prisoners go. It's not going to let anyone get away with being in its barn. It's his barn.
So we said about it's compressing. So because it showed no mercy as it compressed.
Now, compressed. Now it's got a barn. So there might be straw. There might be engine parts. There might be barbed wire. It's quite probably. It's not a nice barn. It's not an organised barn because it's been abandoned. So there's anything. I think it's quite. We need to generalise it.
Yes.
So I think
Just anything.
because anything because it showed no mercy as it compressed anything in its path. Ooh. And it's kind of thinking about how the size of the wheels there. We're not telling the reader it's got big wheels. We're showing them that. Because actually, to compress something, you've got to put a lot of force on it. So we're showing the size of the tractor by the word choices we've used.
And there, I think we've demonstrated what we're expecting the children to write today. I think that we've described the character in detail. We've used the skills we've learnt like personification. We've used really good vocabulary by looking at our never heard grid and trying to think of new words that we've learned. We've used different sentence openers. I think we've used our alliteration. Let's read it through just to double check one last time that it makes sense.
Okay.
Suddenly, a bolt of lightning illuminated the pitch black barn. Omar felt like he was being watched. Slowly and cautiously, he turned around and froze as two chrome-surrounded eyes glinted in his direction. Unlike tractors Omar had seen before, the giant speckled tractor jumped towards Omar and its metallic grille growled. It appeared deadly because it showed no mercy as it compressed anything in its path.
I really like it.
I do like it. I would make one one change though.
What would you change?
I would change. In one sentence, I've written Omar twice.
Oh, that's too much repetition.
It is, and I think, how can I change that easily now?
You could replace the proper noun with a pronoun.
Oh, so instead of having Omar written for the second time in the sentence, I could say, the giant speckled tractor jumped towards him.
Yes.
Perfect. I will change that. There we go. And I think then we've made nice edits as we've gone along and improvements to this paragraph.
I know. We never write on our first go, do we?
No, it takes time to get it right. We've got to keep going back and having a look at it. And we hope that today you can do that with your paragraph as well. We're really looking forward to reading what they come up with.
I am. I think we're going to have some amazing things. I'm really interested in which unusual characters people may pick, because we've done character description before, but they're usually people.
Not machines.
So actually, this is going to be quite interesting and quite fun to read. So it's going to give us something great to look over the weekend and
Good luck.